Hey people, welcome to the stream, Mackers. It is still a randomizer challenge, you see. Here's the randomizer. It's picking between one game, and you can see we've got 39 hours left. I can't remember exactly how many hours the entire challenge was, but I think we must be over... We're definitely over 100 hours of total playtime now. Which is an extremely slow way of speedrunning the entire series. I think you could probably do it all in like 10 hours. I think I've seen videos like that. But in my case, I didn't actually know how to play most of them. I only knew the first, third, New Vegas, and a little bit of 4. Alright, so obviously Tactics 1, no surprise. So let's go straight into it. We've got a streaming for 2.5 hours today, which might be enough. We are really close to actually finishing Tactics now. So who knows? We might actually finish it this stream. Probably not, but I think we're going to get close. Happy fun time forever? Yes, sir, Underhill. Right, let's start the timer up for the challenge. I'm just going to drop a link into the Discord for everyone. There you go. All right. Start the game up. I'm pretty sure we're on the last but one mission, so we're really close to the end. As you can see there, I've got 49.2 hours alone in Fallout Tactics, and I'm pretty sure I only played the game for like maybe an hour before these streams, so that's a pretty accurate playtime for the amount of time we've played in these streams alone. Let's go straight into it. Yeah, we're in Scott City, which I'm not entirely sure where this is in the story, but we're fighting the final enemies, which are these robots, kind of like Terminator robots. You could argue if this game wasn't in like purgatory for its canon, that they technically did simps before simps. I stick with what Tim Kaine has said about simps in Fallout and how they don't quite fit the aesthetic. They're too advanced. You think like robots in Fallout 1 and 2 were like the Robo Brains and Mr. Handys. They were idealized of 1950s robots. And I'll need to do some research on the actual 1950s Americana. I'm not sure how advanced people had envisioned robots becoming. It's probably likely that someone somewhere envisioned a humanoid robot, and that would be enough, I guess, to let the Fallout Tactics and Bethesda off the hook, like the developers off the hook. But they do feel a little bit too Terminator, which is very much 70s. In which case they would fit perfectly in Starfield's aesthetic. Right, Stitch here, he needs to heal everyone up. Hey Tyranian, welcome to stream. Lots of people think the entire Institute is ridiculous. Yeah, I just don't like the premise of the Institute. I still don't, I understand their like goal, but it's just very confusing for me for the goal to be to replace all humans, or not all humans, but a majority of humans with synthetic people, even if the synthetic people are idealized humans. It's just, again, it's essentially, and the same in Fallout Tactics, it's a rehash of Fallout 1, right? It's the Master again. The Master wants to make the perfect race. In Fallout 1, the perfect race is super mutants. In Fallout Tactics, the perfect race is these humanoid robots, which are actually kind of closer to Cybermen from Doctor Who. There are humans inside the robots, and then Fallout 4 flips it on its head, and this time it's robots inside humans, or like a little chip inside essentially a perfectly synthetic human. So it's the same. It's just the same plot again. Unfortunately, that's it's kind of like a Flanderization of the entire story as a whole, right? Like, everyone's just copying that initial narrative. Like, oh, Fallout 1 did this, so now every Fallout must do a variety of this. Which is probably why Fallout 2 and it is why Fallout 2 and New Vegas are liked so much, because they don't just do that. They tell a different story within the world of Fallout, which is what we want. We don't just want Fallout 1, but slightly different. Right. We need to get over to one of these buildings. I know there's a massive tank outside here. There's a door here. Oh, we're kind of stuck, actually. Let's go into our map view. So there's a tunnel under here, but it just goes to a chest, which we played with last time we played. I have some good and bad news. I have a release date for the project I've been working on for a long time. Nice. Bad news is that it's really, really dumb and not even in English. Well, I'm sure there's still an audience for it. But what video is that? Is that the Halloween one or a separate project? Well, Metropolis was 1927 and has that. Yeah, that's true. The original Metropolis is a really good film as well. I had to watch it in my graphic design studies. That's true, yeah. I mean, you could argue that humanoid robots have been thought of as long as people could think of robots, right? Terminator's from the 80s. Isn't it 1979? Or am I mistaken there? And there are a bunch of famous sci-fi robots from the Atomic Era films. Yeah. I guess what Tim Kaine was meaning, like, I think these humanoid robots do fit that aesthetic. It's like the human-skinned robot. That's more Terminator. The Institute did always feel a little out of place for me. Yeah. They're almost too advanced. I get, in that regard, they're almost a continuation of the Enclave, right? They're doing the same thing as the Enclave was doing. I'm really stuck on where we're meant to go here. These are oil drums. I don't think blowing these up is going to do anything. I'm pretty sure we don't actually have to. No, it's just neutralize the merchant. We're in the huge complex. The huge industrial complex is the most likely location of your target. So yeah. Got that far. Let's go up these stairs. I have to be very careful here, because through these windows there's a tank, and it can hit us. Oh, okay, so this is what we have to do. Oh, that's terrible. That's not great at all. Huh. So we almost have to, like, run for it, is my guess. Let's bring up here, see. Okay. So the tank might have fucked off a little bit. Oh, nope, there it is. Okay. It looks like it's gone back on patrol. That's good. That means that we might have a chance of making this work. Probably, what I need to do is bring up Farsight. Get her hidden somewhere. She can be our eyes to kind of keep an eye on his pathfinding, see which direction he's going to go, and then we have to make a break for it when he's facing the other way. Basic video game stealth. Metropolis is actually literally about being turned into a robot. Yeah. But she still looked like a robot. Metropolis is also from 1920. Yeah, and tons of Star Wars took influence from it. As well as the samurai and everything, of course. You're going to make a big review of the series? I am, yep. I'm going to work my way through it one game at a time. And they're going to be like the size of the Daggerfall retrospective. I've learnt the hard way that making 8-hour plus retrospectives like I'm doing on Diablo is a big mistake. It's too long. The entire thing has been a nightmare. It's taken me forever. I've released like the first 2 hours, I think, on Patreon. The third hour will be coming out soon. Yeah, big mistake. I'm not going to do an 8-hour video again. So yeah, there'll be like Daggerfall length, because I can get those out like every 4 months, more or less. So I'll be doing that for the Fallout series. Right. Oh, okay. Right, hopefully he doesn't see us. Now we've lost sight. Move here. Okay, there you go. Stealth. Okay, so he comes up to here. Oh, he does come closer. I don't like this. And then he turns around. And then he turns around. Right, so we need to wait for that next cycle. Okay, let's get everyone ready to do this transition then. Who's stuck? Don't get too close to the windows, guys. Where's the... Oh, the fifth... Yeah, I was going to say, there's definitely not a fifth person there. I love Doctor Who. one or two, I guess, of my favorite TV shows of all time. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm a big fan of like the whole 2005 to 2013. That was like my era, I would say. So it was like Eccleston, Tennant, Smith, and then a little bit of Capaldi. But then that's when I dropped off. I think I just aged out of it. What's up, Jwlar? Hey, Firefox. Welcome back to the stream. I think it's tonally out of place for the kind of messaging and satire that made Fallout so interesting. It wasn't as an indictment of the mid-century modern ideas. It seemed like a Star Trek plot. Yeah. I get what you mean, totally. Oh, I can still chat with it on TV. That's cool. Oh, you can still use the chat on if this is on your TV. That's pretty cool. We haven't seen the tank in a while, so it looks like it does give us a considerable amount of time. It's a really, really dumb parody comedy coming out January 1st. Oh, nice. Looking forward to it. War never changes. Fallout is being confused about what it is. Bethesda out here. Yeah. Yeah. They knew what it was for 1.2 and New Vegas. Bethesda are kind of just like trying to I don't even know what they're trying to do, to be honest. My first big experience with Fallout was Fallout 3 and New Vegas. That's pretty standard. I would have to say, yeah, mine was probably actually... No, I don't think I played Fallout 3 first, but the first time I probably heard of the Fallout series was Fallout 3. At the time, I was playing Oblivion, and it probably had came out in stores around that time. But I played Fallout 1 first, I'm pretty sure. In like, I used to just buy a lot of secondhand PC games from this place called Game Station in the UK. It's now been bought out by a company called Game, which is actually about to die, I think. It's like essentially like GameStop in America. But they would have secondhand games for really cheap. So I'd always buy games for like £1, £2. That's why I bought Morrowind. Was on a bog off deal, like buy one, get one free. Okay, let's go for it. So I think I got Fallout 1 through one of those deals. It wasn't the original box art either. I remember it was in... like, companies would republish old games. So it was in one of those box arts. Like, a company in the UK that used to do all the time was a company called Sold Out. I think there was a few others. Actually, PC Gamer used to do it. PC Gamer would republish games with the review on the back and, like, the percentage store they gave it. That's my Morrowind copy has that. And I like that. I can't, if I probably still have the box somewhere, but I think they only gave it like 83%, which in hindsight seems really low for Morrowind. There's like a big red letter on the bottom of the box, like 83%. Yeah, I think we're gonna risk it with Farsight. If we get everyone in this building, I feel pretty safe we can continue. It does, oh, I wonder if we can get down to the bottom. Yeah, we can get down to the bottom floor. Continue for a little bit, but we will have to possibly, yeah. We're gonna have to either go outside or go back up here at some point. Well, the tank's out of the way. Would there be? There probably would be another tank. Maybe there's not enough room for him to move around. But it definitely probably would. Yeah, there probably would be for difficulty. Alright, let's stop worrying about that. Let's just get on with it now. So we have our kill squad, which is... which button are you? These guys. These are our guys. And who are you shooting? Oh, okay. This is our kill squad. No, no. Max, please. Right, who shot us? Oh. Okay. Yeah, we should be able to get in. Nice. We don't know where the merchant we need is, but basic game design would tell you it's probably in here, right? The big building right at the back, or here. But let's explore as we go, even though I'm confident he's not going to be where we are now. Clearing. Oh, I do have a confession. I think I used that word correctly. I finished an ancient drawing of mine inspired by a weird 1980s anime, OVAs, and the way they drew things. Want me to send it to you? Yeah, sure. Sounds interesting. Are you going to review each game individually, like in the shorter videos? Yeah, so I'm going to review each game as like a Daggerfall kind of retrospective. So like a 2 to 3 hour per game so that the final series will be like 20 hours. I probably won't release it as a big final video. We'll see. Oh god. Right, this isn't good. No, we do need everyone to go downstairs though. God, the Pathfinder is not a good time to mess up on this. Fortunately, my guys are tanky as hell, but Alice is getting quite low. Please change the camera. There you go. Oh man, this is rough. Okay, Alice, you need to get behind the staircase. This is the only thing keeping us alive. Focus on him. Okay, and now we can come around as a complete squad. Just using numbers to overwhelm. Okay, when he goes around the corner, he's gonna have a bad time. Just crouch. Nope, he's smart. Let's not send Alice in. Let's get Stomer and Max. Stand up. Run, run, run. Oh boy. I hate it. If you've probably seen in previous episodes, but there was a bug with this widescreen mod, which is why I probably won't recommend it when I do the retrospective. That makes it like easier to misclick. So in situations like that, where I wanted to click on the sprite, I accidentally clicked next to it. I'm not sure if I did actually physically misclick or not. Probably did. But yeah, it causes issues like that where I just ran gun-ho right at their face. Okay, you guys sit down ready. Everyone, come on down. Does everyone have their own stim packs? Yeah. We're getting close to the point where using normal stim packs is almost a waste because they don't do a lot of HP. Start switching to using supers exclusively, I think. Sent it to you. Thanks, man. Take a look after the stream. Doctor Who is really weird. Ancient plots that can return out of nowhere. There are episodes which are huge risks and just tell a weird tale, and the plot is older than most living people at this point. Yeah, like in the recent special where they brought Tennant back, like the bad guy in that, I forgot his name now, but he's literally like a villain from the first season, which was back in, I want to say, the 60s. So yeah, it's old, and a lot of the fans are about my age, I'd say. They're maybe a little bit older, and like you said, like weren't alive during the first seasons. The first seasons are also lost to time completely because BBC was stupid and would record over the old tapes, which fair enough. You know, no one can guess that they're gonna have one of the biggest shows of all time when they first start making it. I'm sure they're kicking themselves now, and I'm sure tape was expensive back then as well. Well, with more than enough ammo and plasma rifles, that's not an issue. I'm pretty sure everyone's on their best weapons now as well. The only reason my character can't use a plasma rifle is because he's not strong enough. That was a mistake of my build. I didn't know what I was getting into at the time. I built to be a sniper based on Fallout 1 and 2, and it's not worked out for this game whatsoever. Crits aren't as big as a factor, from what I can tell. It's more just about numbers. Okay, so we could transition around here. Do an S into this building, which would be possibly where he is. There's also a case he could be in this big central building. This looks important. Let's look at the map. Now, I still think he'd be back here. This just still seems like, although the actual number is physically on top of this bit. Yeah, actually, let's try and go for that middle building first then. So there's a door here. Ah, it's locked. Or it's like it's closed anyway. It might... Oh, we can go for here. Okay, that's good. If it's closed, it's likely locked at this point of the game. I find most doors that are closed have been locked. I never understood the useless heavy blades they have on the wrists for some reason. Oh, the power armor guys? Oh, you mean the... Oh, no, it's these. It's rule of cool, isn't it? I think that's pretty much it. It's almost like... I've seen it in something else. I want to say it's like probably a superhero film or something. I mean, Spider-Man, right? I think in some of the comic runs of Spider-Man, in one of the futuristic ones, Cyberman like 20... I forgot the name of it, but there's a version of Spider-Man set in the future. And in that, I'm pretty sure he has, like, blades coming out the back of his forearms. So it's this rule of cool, I think. They don't use it anyway. So far have not attacked me in melee. Right. When you spin in the wheel again? Well, this stream will be 2.5 hours. Unfortunately, we aren't spinning the wheel anymore because it's a single game left. Well, that's what I should have kept doing. Well, for the laws, I should have kept like every hour or every hour and a half. I think I was doing it. Just keep spinning the wheel to go back into tactics. Ah well. Okay, run. Don't stay in the open for too long. Right, so far doesn't look too bad. As they all crouch down. It's also hello Farsight. You weren't meant to come over, but you can just stay in that corner. Right, so there is a button as well. Let's bring up the controls. Quick keys. I can make it so that people walk closer together. Be in movement mode. Movement. Force move to the same level. Ah, so that's how you stop a lot of the issues I've had. So they have thought about this. Who would have thought reading the manual, right? Who would have thought that made a big difference? Shift click is to run. Yeah, that's fine. It's run by default anyway because I've set that in the settings. Formation mode F, that's what I want. Okay, so let's pick our formation. Go over to the formation and F. Yeah, so they move tighter together. Let's go. It's an alarm here. Oh, it's a two. Fuck. Yeah. Well, good thing I saved, because I don't think this is going to work. Ooh. Okay, it's got a chance, right? Farsight, get involved. We actually need to get everyone over here. Guys, get over now. This may still work if he stays knocked out and we get everyone involved. Right, everyone on aggressive. Oh my god, that worked. That was very lucky. That was extremely lucky. Wow. That was only because he got knocked out as well. He would have killed us so fast. Like, you see, one shot got these guys near half health. That's crazy. Right. Oh, so this is that building from below. It's like a generator. In the previous map we were on, we had to destroy 4 of these. I'm not sure if destroying it in this mission will achieve anything. There is a terminal there, which is kind of in view of this, which I don't like, because I think that's where that behemoth was. But this is surprisingly empty at the moment. The destruction of a lot of early cinema and recordings is like games now. People didn't consider it art worthy or preservation. Check out Ross Scott's Stop Killing Games campaign. Yeah, I've seen that. Patrician did as in part like some coverage on it as well. It's, yeah, you're exactly right. It's a shame. It's a good thing that sites like Abandonware, or I think it is called abandonware.com or abandonware games, something like that. It's good that sites like that exist that are preserving these games. I mean, Internet Archive used to. I'm not sure if they can anymore because of the legal issues they've been involved in. But yeah, it's a shame. And I mean, obviously, the whole Stop Killing Games thing with the online games that are getting killed, that's just a shame and shouldn't be the case. Obviously, I understand from the economic standpoint, they can't keep the servers on forever, but ideally, you'd like some kind of way they could you could make that online server system, like, offline. Even if it means the game's not playable, like, even if it is, say, a multiplayer-only game like Mag for PS3 or PlanetSide 1 and 2. PlanetSide 1 and 2 are actually still going, but like Mag for PS3, I'm pretty sure you can still jump into that game, like play the tutorial. I think you can still load up maps. Obviously the game's not really playable, there's nothing to do, but that's still better than just completely making it so when you start the game up it says like, oh sorry, it's gone. That would be the ideal way, so that there's still some semblance of the game preserved. Kind of like if you jumped into Call of Duty 2 now on PC and tried to find a multiplayer game. It's unlikely you'd find one. But you know the multiplayer still exists. You know you could jump into a private match on your own. 50 cal is actually for you, isn't it, Stoma? So we need to drop. Let's give this to someone else. There you go. Did I give it to Max? No. Alice. Did Alice pick it up? I might just dropped it on the floor. Oh, I did. Okay, Max. You can go pick those up. Internet Archive is in serious danger. I noticed they just got attacked by DDoS today because I was using it to find an old article. I was fact-checking some stuff on the next part of the Diablo video, just making sure my sources were all correct. And yeah, it was... luckily, the Internet Archive part of it wasn't... I mean, the actual archive part wasn't down, but a lot of the other parts of the site was. It's a shame. Yeah, I hope they can pull out kind of like a pirate bay, I guess, and like, you know, stay alive against the odds. The problem is that almost every single game that requires an online connection doesn't actually require it. Yeah, exactly. And when they are killing those games, they are making it so that you can't even start the game up, which is ridiculous. As I was saying, like, it should just be a case where you can still play the games, and even if the game isn't playable because there's nothing to do, at least allow people to jump in, go through the menu, set up a private match. And as you said, games that don't need an online connection, like Assassin's Creed, I think, is one of those games now that you require to be online even though it's not an online game. And there's others. Oh, that's the other behemoth. Okay, this might work. What we need to do is bring these guys over. Lie down. Ah, it's not interested. Alright, Alice, use the terminal. I don't know what that did. It possibly turned off the behemoths, something like that, maybe. We have no information. Right, okay. Kill squad, move out. Behemoth shouldn't come in here. It's not part of his routine. We've got this guy. I decided I wasn't going to sign into Steam anymore when they changed the subscriber agreement. I mean, that's fair. If it wasn't for the fact that basically my entire bloody game library is through Steam, I would also move away from it. Because the only other thing I have holding a game library is Epic, which is not much better, is it? I got GOG as well, but I should use GOG more often now. I mean, that's what's changed my mind. I will be using GOG exclusively from now on for buying new games, but for the games I already own in Steam, I unfortunately have to continue to use Steam for those. I don't know if using this generator in any way is gonna help us out. Looks difficult. I've never figured out if this is RNG in this game or not. Or if it is just a flat skill ceiling, like in New Vegas. Her luck's only 4 anyway, so even if it was an RNG, we're probably not going to get through it. Well, I need to try. Can you shoot the door? Like in Fallout 1, you can use a grenade. I'm not sure if you can actually shoot it in Fallout 1. What's the control again? There is a button to shoot without actions. Left click. Use item in right hand. Yeah, it is right click to fire. Okay, I'm doing that and he's not doing it, so yeah, you can't fire at a door. Never mind then. Kill squad, let's go upstairs. And there's nothing there. Okay, so I feel confident that this isn't where the merchant is. but maybe the game expects you to go in through the ceiling. Let's move on. Let's move on. There is something over here, actually. Let's move to the back, and we can always come back here. Oh, he can shoot through the mesh. Oh god. Don't die on me, Alice. Alice does not have the tankiness of the other guys, that's for sure. I think her HP is just not as good. She is strong as hell, but her endurance is maybe not as good as Max. And nope, never mind. No idea why you're getting pieced up so much, Alice. Right, on to the next building it is. Oh dear. There's no way in. Right, here. Let's see if this door can open. I should really go through my Steam library and try and find the cracks for every game. That's a good point. I mean, at least I could do that for the games I care about. I honestly have way too many games to do it for all of them. Just the time investment alone. But yeah. Or maybe I might just list them on GOG. And wait for a sale. Because I don't mind throwing some money back at the developers. I always check as well on GOG if sometimes the old games are just, you know, the money's just going to Project Red. Which isn't a bad thing. But I like to make sure the original developers are getting something. Locked? Yeah. Don't please do... No, I think, yeah, we're probably at a point of the game where I imagine the skill, like if you imagine it's Fallout New Vegas, like you probably need 80, maybe 90 to get through this door now. I just don't think we're hitting it because we've only got 73, even with using both of those items. Right. Okay, it's a long run. Right, it's a long run to make. Let's go. Alright, we're looking good. Crouch. Or lie down, that's ideal. Oh, this doesn't link up anywhere. Okay, no, we do have to go back up onto the other building, don't we? Well, that was a waste of time. Just back over here. Let's go. We have achieved nothing. Lie down. Where's everyone else over here? Great point about buying old games. Most of the time the money isn't at all benefiting the original talent. They really need to institute a loyalty-based system for game development like music. Yeah, it's really bizarre that they don't have a system like that. I guess the problem is it would get so convoluted with gaming, because in music, for example, everyone I'm sure is aware of this. If you sample up someone's music, you have to pay them royalties, and if you don't, they can sue you. That's what happened to like Vanilla Ice, for example, with Queen. And that's how the loyalties work. If like a hip hop artist samples someone else, the original artist still gets money from that hip hop record. That's how Sting makes a load of money from, I think it's Every Breath You Take, with you know, kind of I guess relevant at the moment with Diddy, isn't it? I'm pretty sure Diddy sampled that song. He makes loads of money off it. The issue is, how would that work in game development? Obviously, inspiration has caused lawsuits as well in music. It'd be almost one of those things is when you're writing this loyalty system, you would have to preemptively make sure that none of that stuff can happen. Because otherwise you would have the same thing where someone would say, but Bethesda, by the way, litigious as fuck. They guaranteed would do this. Any game that's called an Oblivion killer, back in the day, I could see ZeniMax going after those companies to like sue them. To be like, oh, you were inspired by us? That's our system. You know, you owe us loyalty. You owe us royalties. I don't know if they would do it today, but the old ZeniMax Bethesda were litigious as hell. I mean, they were ran by a lawyer, so, you know, it was inevitable, right? Yeah, they need to go upstairs. But you're right that there should be a royalty system so that old games, the money still goes to the original developers. But it can get very wishy-washy on what will actually happen with people being inspired by certain mechanics. To be fair, that still happens now. Like, people have EA, right? They own, no, it's Warner Brothers own the copyright on the Nemesis system that was used in the recent Lord of the Rings action games, which is a really interesting system, but no one can use it because it's been patented. So I guess it would be similar to that, where people would be too scared to take inspiration from other people. But you still would have to, and then inspiration sometimes is allowed. Like in music, obviously, inspiration sometimes goes through with no issues, and then other times it doesn't. Oh boy. Okay, well, luckily they actually can't get to us. So this is just shooting gallery for us. Patent, yeah, patent. No, yeah, sorry, yeah, you're correct. Patent or patent, I think is the American way of saying it. Oh boy. Okay, we're in it. Get a little bit surrounded here. Let's focus on at least one person. Okay, let's go back over here. Right, I'm gonna save just in case something goes bad. Nintendo's going after Palworld right now. I was surprised that they for the longest time, because they weren't doing anything about Palworld, people were under the impression that there was nothing that Nintendo could go for them for. But I guess Nintendo were building a case in that time. I'm surprised they're going for it. I mean, it's not that surprising in that if you look at certain things in Palworld, you can clearly see, direct inspiration. And I guess that's what we were just talking about, right? Like, what's inspiration and what is infringement? I'm not fully up to date on the Palworld situation, but at the time I remember people talking about Palworld, like, actually copying the proportions of certain 3D models, like 1-to-1. That probably is illegal if that's the case. Again, I'm not fully up to date on the actual on the whole story, so that might have been just an incorrect rumor. Are they shooting us for the windows? Okay, they are. I can probably return fire then. Yeah. I'm extremely lucky that those rockets don't seem to be able to hit us through the window. Oh boy. Oh, is this where the merchant is? Is he dead? I think he's dead. Oh, please don't be locked. Bagger. This is going to make our life a lot harder, I think. Oh, okay. That is very lucky. Right, okay, let's get this robot over here through the windows. Oh. Oh no, actually, get over here. We need to focus on that rocket launcher guy first. Oh, I don't like that. He's here. Let's only risk... No, we reload a save anyway if we die, so it doesn't matter if we're only risking one person or not. Right, get this guy. Nice. Oh, we only got that guy. Oh. Oh, fuck. Shit, shit, shit. Get behind me this wall. Go, 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 go. Alright, crouch down. Ah, fuck. At least we can eat those. Oh, shit. Damn, they... Ooh. They are a menace in melee. Okay, we need to not get in the melee with those guys. Oh, no. Oh, shit. This is not a good time to need Stitch. Okay, you need to send these over. Well, we still need Stitch as well, because Stoma's winded. Right, Stoma, you're out. Lie on down. We need to clear the way, though. Stitch and the boys. I'm pretty sure there's still some robots there. Right. Let's go. Oh, I thought there was a humanoid. Okay, there are. They're far away. Right, if you guys stand here, crouch, prepared for it. Stoma, you come a little bit this way, just so you can help. I'm going to have to start maneuvering everyone else over here. Right, let's go. The way should be mostly clear. God, it's a long way to go. The Wonder 1 copy was a lie, and the person who told it admitted it. They only changed for patents. They've only been charged for patents. Okay. Yeah, I was, like I said, I wasn't up to date on the story. I looked at the screen with the corner of my eye, and I generally thought the guys were moonwalking with how weird the power armor looks at a quick glance. I like the design. I don't like the in-game design, but I like the design on the box. That's what I'll say. Nintendo patents are public. You can go browse them yourself. I think a lot of countries' patents are public, aren't they? I know the UK's are. I guess Japan's the same. Oh boy, I've shot someone. I played it a little on release with Game Pass, but I got soft-locked after getting stuck in the geometry. See, maybe Nintendo was suing because it's stealing too much from the recent Pokemon games. In that, like, the 3D's pretty glitchy. Falling for the geometry. I know there've been a ton of bugs in the newest Pokemon release, the one that looked really barren on the Switch. I think they fixed them now, but it didn't have a great release. Right, Stitch. Go fix up Stoma. Nice. They have to be public, or every new idea that would be sued. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, it makes sense that they'd have to be public. You're right, because otherwise you could never check if an idea has been patented, and then it would be, yeah, it'd be a nightmare. You're totally right. Yeah, you need to be able to obviously see what's been patented. Oh, I hate when the camera does that. No, no, don't let them get the melee. Oh, this is... Right. Stop. Focus on this. Okay, there you go. Focus on these. Now him. Oh, okay, that's it. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Alice, but she always gets targeted. They love her. Okay. We'll grab some loot. I don't think the hoverbots drop anything, do they? Or they'll probably drop rockets, if anything. Which aren't worth the wait at this point, because I don't think they're actually worth a whole lot of script anymore. I'm partly a fan and partly not a fan of the Brotherhood economy in this game. It entirely makes sense that the more you sell an item to the Brotherhood, it will become worth less. But it does make looting a pain. And also, I guess it just makes you think about looting a bit more. Because in the early game, a rocket is like a jackpot. That's like 500 script, something close to that. But now, I'm not sure if I even get 100 for one. You got to trade that off with like how much weight they cost to carry. It's just an extra little mechanic to think about. It's actually, no, in hindsight, now that I've said it, I don't think it's actually a bad thing that they've got that economy. And it makes entire sense as well that the economy would work that way. The Brotherhood don't necessarily need 200 AKs. You have to loot everything. Yeah, everything I can carry, yes. I'm not gonna end up with everyone being encumbered. That's beyond me. It's a little bit too frustrating. Used to do it back in the day in the Elder Scrolls. I'm sure everyone has the memory of like walking around Morrowind really slowly to the next town just to sell some stuff. But I've aged out of that now. Ooh. But again, this is probably not actually worth that much, annoyingly. So that's kind of mid-game loot. We're in the end game now. Yeah, I'm afraid to patent two of the things I'm working on, because once I give the idea to the world, that genie will not be put in the back in the bottle. Not like you can't use the patent, you just need a license. Well, yeah, but some people can set the license fee so high that it's not worth doing. But you are correct that, yeah, oftentimes you can just go to the person and be like, hey, I want to use your patent, is that okay? It might be different in different companies. I think in countries, I think in the UK you can set the license price yourself. I'm not sure in other countries if that's the case. But I mean, I know what you mean, Underhill, but the part of the reason you want to patent it is that there's the other situation where someone will have the same idea as you and they'll patent it before you, and then they've beat you to the draw. So in that regard, you know, you almost want to be the guy who has patented it, because then you can say it's mine. And then there is the money to be made, you know, if people do want to license it off you. Or if you just want to make the product yourself. I'm not super well versed in it. My dad has patented quite a few things. He was well, he is an entrepreneur. So he would be better, more knowledgeable in it. I just have like the trickle down knowledge from being, you know, hearing his phone calls when I was a kid. But from what he always told me, it's always worth patenting it, because you don't want someone else to beat you to it. Right, can this behemoth actually hit us? Well, I think he might not be able to get good accuracy through these windows. Nice. Right, in this case, let's get some up to help out. On survival mode, I've left dungeons and come back twice just for the scrap loot for the traveling disposer robots I like to make. In survival mode Fallout 4, I can totally understand actually doing it. And in Fallout 4 in general, as we saw when we were streaming it on this, caps are hard to come by on that game if you're not exploiting. I know, obviously, you could set up like a manufacturing plant in your civilization settlement, and then that could make it all very trivial to get caps. Selling water, for example. Maybe it's not even considered an exploit, really, because I'm sure selling water in the wasteland would be a very lucrative business. Why would we want to go outside? It does actually look like, in hindsight, this is where we need to go. So we would have been able to bypass, I think, a lot of this if we did have a better lockpick skill. Which is fair enough. That's standard in Fallout, isn't it? And all RPGs in general. Rewarding people for investing in those skills. Right, hopefully we can unlock this door and go straight there. How do we get up to that floor, though? Because it's not on the same floor as this. You can see we're on this bottom floor. We need to go up to this third floor. Guess... So there's a door there. Oh, no. Okay, we have to go... Okay, no, we have to go here, go around this way, and we can go in. Right. At least we go off strategy of attack. Fingers crossed we can lockpick this door. If not, we'll have to go back down and back up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Ah, failed. Okay, so I think he does have a chance to open this one at least. Yeah, this is just going to be RNG. Nice. There you go. Okay, so okay. That's how you tell the difference. If it says failed, it's just RNG. If it says too difficult, it's as it says. Right, Stitch. Do you have a first aid kit? Yes. Heal up the squad. Which could kick down the door. I've not considered using that, but I guess you probably can't. Which is, yeah, that's annoying. It's understandable now that I've heard the story behind this door mechanic from Tim Kaine. He explained in a video how they never intended for there to be any extra ways of opening the door, but because in the engine the door was considered an entity the same as an NPC, a playtester realized that you could throw a grenade at the door, make the HP drop to 0, and then the door would open. That was never apparently intended, but it was a happy consequence of the way it was coded. But I guess because it was an afterthought, they never considered adding or implementing extra ways of opening them. But thinking about it, if that is the case of the story Tim King called, yeah, kicking the door should work, because if you kick an NPC until it dies, that's the same as kicking in the door until it opens. Same with shooting it, right? But the game doesn't let us. Oh well. I mean, have you ever thrown a grenade at a wooden door? Not in this game. In Fallout 1, I know it works. I would assume it will work in this game. Yeah, you're right, actually. My character has grenades, doesn't he? So I could have done that, actually. Oh, well. I'm going to drop these for my guy to pick up as he runs past. I think we should have a clear run. Well, saying that before we go any further, let's save. He's on the bottom floor. We can take him out, but just for the XP, really. Ammo's not an issue anymore, so I'm not concerned about wasting it. Ah, okay, so we can go in here. This should be mostly... Oh, wait, no, this is... Oh, we could have just gone straight up. Ah, well, at least we've confirmed all the other buildings are clear. Who are we fighting? I shot someone. Weird. Right, let's go. I need to... Oh, I thought the grenades just despawned then. I need to pick those up. Whoa. That was a hell of a visual bug. Right, don't scroll when you're picking up grenades off the floor. I would assume that was down to the widescreen mod. It's very reminiscent of if you ever used the widescreen mod for Fallout 1 and 2, if you alt-tab and you alt-tab back into the game will be completely black, but wherever your cursor is will start coloring in the screen. So you can actually start coloring in the screen like from left to right. Or you can actually, I think you could just hit a hotkey and it will eventually clear the whole screen for you. Have you ever played Silent Storm? Still some of the best dynamic destruction of any tactical strategy game. No, I've not. But now I'm interested in playing it. And that's something that a lot of tactical games could do more with. How did you forget the word settlement? I don't know, man. Like I said, I've got streamer brain. Like, whenever I'm streaming, my vocabulary is terrible. No, you must fight for the Brotherhood. Don't avoid battle. I'm not avoiding it. If they avoid me, I'm not like, chasing them. Which could just kick down the door, yeah. Breaching shotguns exist for a reason. That's true. They aren't even a different kind of shotgun. They're just loaded with a specific kind of ammunition. It's sometimes colored differently. And they've already got that. Yeah, they've already got that in the game, don't they? They should just have an additional shell type for it. Perhaps it's something modders can implement. Oh, no. Well, General Boyarsky must be a robot now, right? God damn. You massacred that boy. It's got the General's locket.
You have found the lobotomized body of General Barnaky. You may proceed to the extraction point.
Oh, I thought we were looking for a merchant. God damn. Will we face like a boss battle version of him, perhaps? I'm interested in why there's a random vending machine there. It's not even interactable. And there's a building like that's really the end of the mission. We may, yeah. See, it says location neutralized the merchant, so we're not done. Yeah, I'm not gonna trust what he just said because the mission actually hasn't been completed. We have neutralized 0 merchants. Oh, okay. Maybe we want to take those through the windows. Or maybe not, because it doesn't look like we can get a good shot. Shit, and they've got machine guns as well. Right, okay, lie down every... Oh, fuck. Okay, Alice died. Never mind. Yeah, alright, we're not going to do that strategy. Oh, man, we did lose a little bit there. I got thrown off because I thought the mission ended. Might as well try and kill these. Let's kill this turret. I think he will be in here then, from the looks of it. Or possibly in that middle building. Right, out you come. Pick up the grenades. Let's test if we can... Oh, so what happened is that the game normally doesn't let you move the camera while in the inventory screen. And so it was just the case that the camera was already moving, and that's why it glitched out. Right. Just save over one of these. What's the name of this mission? Scott City. I think are we one away from the last mission? Pretty sure we're close. It's jank but fun. Those are my favorite kind of games. Once you get used to the jank. Took me a while with this game, but I finally got to it. Oh. Go on. Didn't expect to have that good range. What if I can get Farsight? Do we have any extra ones? Stoma, if you go out here and give Farsight a laser rifle, slightly better range may be ideal. Does she want to get involved now? Maybe she's not in the right angle. Can't see him. There you go. Nice. It's a little bit exploity because realistically they won't actually have any angle here whatsoever. But if the game wants to let me do it, I ain't gonna say no. This guy might be too far though. What if we used aim shots? What do aim shots even do in real time? Did it just increase our accuracy for more AP? Well, either way, we got him. Okay, well, that was the hardest guy, because that's the guy with the machine gun. Oh, nice. Save there. That worked out. Yeah, I'm going to keep her with her sniper on a secondary then. So that was actually really good. She is over encumbered, though. Over encumbered with what? Oh, I gave her all of the snipers. Don't do that. Right, let's get these three inside. Just for safety, crouch on down. Let's take the kill squad. Let's continue as we were, get General Barnaky. I got it running in ultra widescreen by just the normal options menu. Posted screenshots on the Discord. And Juno was positively disgusted. Oh, with Red God, that was, wasn't it? Yeah. That did not look good. Red God's a game that I feel like early 3D games look better in 4x3.
You have found the lobotomized...
Talking about jank games, I tried Red God the other day. This is something really cool in that game, but I need to try and get used to the combat. Yeah, I really like Red God deserves its rating because it is quite average, but I actually enjoyed the lore, which is Kirkbride lore. It was pretty interesting. Exploring the island, honestly, like the actual, it's not really an open. Well, it is an open world because there's nothing stopping you from exploring other than like you need certain items to progress at certain points. But it was more open than I expected, and it had like it rewarded exploring. There's areas you can go to, like you can go along like really thin bits of stone in the main city, like on the wall, and if you go around the wall, and you can find some item. I can't remember what it was, but an item that helps with like the early game combat, like stuff like that rewards exploring. I enjoyed that. It's very much like an adventure game. It deserves its rating though. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a hidden gem, but it's not terrible. It was rated as like an average game, and I think that's exactly what it is. I haven't finished it though. I will say the main thing is yeah, the controls not great, outdated, very outdated, and certain things, swinging on ropes, I hate that mechanic. That's where I got stuck. There's a dungeon at one point in a game. Further on in the game, you get arrested for something. You end up in the dungeons. You have to break out, and in that dungeon sequence, there's a lot of ropes over lava, and you've got to hop between the ropes to progress. Getting the timing down on that was very frustrating. I think that's where I ended up putting it down. Right, everyone get in here. Get behind here, crouch. Okay, so she's... Yeah, I need to get her over here. Oh, bugger, not both of you. That kind of worked. He's there. Oh, all that time on tactics and they just finished them off. Okay. I guess it's just loot in here. No merchant. Is that a pawn mag? Naked moose mag, it is. What's the first aid kit on the desk? Oh, this is the first time I think I've seen clutter. Like interactable clutter anyway. That's good. Let's get these turrets out of the way. I'm in a safe position. Nice. Oh, is that a Gauss rifle? Oh, we did it. Oh, Gauss minigun. Okay, I don't think that's going to be a small gun, right? That's going to be the big gun version. That's what was killing us. Is that better than Stoma's? It sounds like it might be better than the 50 cal. Limited ammo. Right, so for reference, the 50 cal is 40 to 50, range 45. 60 to 80. No wonder that guy was mincing us up. Okay, it's only range 35, but that's worthy trade-off. Wow. Okay. In which case, you can... Yeah. Whenever we find a behemoth or anything, switch to the Gauss rifle. Or Gauss rifle. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that one. And it's gonna finish off everything. No wonder he finished us off in like one shot when Alice died. Man, these plasma rifles are going to be worth like 20 script by the time we're done with them. Oh, mentats. Nice. Right, that's everyone. Oh, something exciting, at least to me. But the Gauss rifle, or someone else. I now have all $3 from the Castle and Crusaders new Reforged Edition Kickstarter. Oh, nice. Let's go. And that was that one of the ones you mentioned, right, in that D&D video? Does Todd Howard know what the best game is? The best Elder Scrolls game? He probably would think Redguard's up there. He does always defend Redguard when it's brought up. Redguard literally is an adventure game, though. Yeah, it's not an RPG. It's not a point-and-click one, but it's still an adventure game. Yeah. It's, That's not a great... I was going to say it's like the Harry Potter games on PlayStation 1, but it's not a great reference because I don't think many people have probably played them. But yeah, it's an adventure game akin with those. So a lot of those adventure games do have like a type of open world. Even like the Harry Potter games on the PlayStation 1 had the castle you could run around and everything. I believe Todd's always said that, like, the Red God didn't perform as well as it could have because it was on PC, or something along those lines, or the controls weren't good. Poison. I'll take it. Something along those lines, and he's partly right. Like, there are some good parts in the game. And it's always going to be his baby, understandably. It was his first ever game he directed. So he's always going to like it for that reason. And, oh my god, the game just crashed. You are kidding me. That's the first time I think Tactics has crashed. Okay, I think we did save just at the start of that fight, so all we lost was the looting. But that's the first time Tactics has crashed, I'm fairly sure. We've had crashes in Fallout 2, but never in Tactics. God damn. Okay, well, now we're an hour in. First crash. First time for everything, yeah, I know. I didn't even do anything. I just left. I just tried to move some characters. I don't mind when a game crashes if it's like a worthy crash. Like, if it's in Minecraft and you've set 500 TNT to blow up, I don't mind if the game crashes because I'm like, yeah, you know, it should have crashed realistically. I pushed it too far. Oh, I really thought we'd lost all those saves then. That was scary. Yeah, we just saved at the start of that gunfight. Yeah, let's rush everyone in. And they can finish him off. Let's get you guys upstairs. Hopefully no crash this time. But in that case, like, that was not a worthy crash. I didn't do anything for the game to freak out so much over. I wonder if it was like a memory overflow or something like that. But that's more for the 3D Fallouts. Did we interact with Barnaky? Can't remember, actually. No, we didn't. No, we must have done, because it didn't give us any experience. I just must have forgotten his locket. Dude, Tactics got enough of your slander and taught you a lesson. Can't blame it. The game is tired. It's old. I can imagine it is very tired. It's a quest item, the locket. I'll keep hold of it then. Alright, that's... Oh, there's one civilian I need to loot as well. This one. Stoma, go get your Ghost Rifle. Switch it out. Nice one. I think that over the years they lost too many people that also had a huge part in those games. Oh, in the Elder Scrolls, or like Bethesda. I mean, he produced Oblivion and directed Skyrim and Fallout 3. What is with this awful streak? Yeah, as you said, they lost a lot of important people that made those games work. It's also just kind of like their game design's a little bit outdated now. Like, if Oblivion came out today with, imagine it was 2024 graphics, so like slightly better than Starfield graphics, I'm not sure if it would be loved as much. People would definitely jump on the leveling system a lot more than they did back then. Remember that, like, Oblivion released to, like, critical acclaim across the board. Like, very little criticism at the time. Among critics, there was quite a lot of criticism online within the forums, but there was for Morrowind as well. I'm not sure if it would perform as well. No, it just wouldn't. It wouldn't. Even, because Oblivion's, like, is a classic game to many people like it. It's competing with, like, Cyberpunk and The Witcher 3. And The Witcher 3 is old at this point. it would not be seen as favorable now. And I think that's the issue, is that their game design is outdated, and they're not keeping up with the times. Merchant. It's too simple, even in Skyrim it's simple. In that, yeah, that's the big thing as well. It's a streamlining for the lowest common denominator. They finally reached the point where even the lowest common denominator thought it was too simple. No one thought they'd reach that point, but they did. They oversimplified to the point when everyone thought it was too simple. And also focused on mechanics that I don't think people enjoy that much. For example, like the randomized loot in Fallout 4. I'm not sure, like, a significant amount of people enjoyed that enough to make it worthwhile continuing into Starfield. That's not to say it's not, like, obviously people love Diablo. Like, oh, there's nothing wrong with the mechanic, with the system itself. I just don't think it works within the Bethesda style of game. But then, fair enough, like, Starfield's just, I think that's more criticism of Fallout 4 than it is of Starfield, because Starfield's a different game. It doesn't have to adhere to the previous rules of the, of other Bethesda games. It's more, I wouldn't criticize it so much in Starfield if it didn't exist in Fallout 4.
I'm surprised you made it here without being shackled, warrior. That hard look in your eyes speaks volumes of your intentions.
Can't see my eyes. Wearing armor.
Let me guess, you're looking at my battered, broken body that is bursting with tubes and machinery, and you realize I'm beyond rescue. No, beyond rescue, and now a threat. Well, you're right. I can't hold out forever. Just tell them that I kept my mouth shut, that I'm a man of honor. Please, I just want the pain to stop. So do it. Kill me.
Can we fix him? And what I mean by I'm criticizing Starfield because it was in Fallout 4 is that Todd Howard recently said in an interview, and I'm going to mention this in the part 2 of my Starfield video, which I have been slowly writing. I said, if you're not aware, part 2 is going to be the final part. It's just going to be however long it is. It's going to cover everything else in the game, as well as the updates. Maybe not the DLC. I'm not sure about that yet, but as well as all of the news that's been leaked over the or like come out in the last year. And part of that is Todd Howard said in an interview, I think a month ago, that the reason Starfield didn't perform as well as his previous games is because it's too different. My argument is that no, it's too similar. That's my criticism of that. It's like Starfield. To say Starfield is too different from the previous Bethesda games is a lie. It's extremely similar to previous Bethesda games, and of course that's the Bethesda formula. But it irks me that that's the reason Todd Howard has given himself. Oh, it looks like we cannot.
Oh, what are you waiting for? Can't you see?
Can I use Doctor Skill maybe? Does nothing. First Aid. Does nothing. I'm gonna keep talking to him. Starfield is empty is the problem, and the writing sucks. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the one thing they are. Okay, I will say Todd Howard is right in that Starfield is different from the previous Bethesda games in the biggest way, in that it's a chore to explore, and that's one of that's everyone's. I think. Don't think it's controversial to say that's what everyone still enjoys about Bethesda games until Starfield. For all the criticism people give Fallout 4, you know, the often good thing people say is like, oh, but the world's still fun to explore. Even if it's like against the law of Fallout and all that kind of stuff, it's still a fun world to explore. Same for Skyrim and everything. Despite your gripes in that, in all those games, it's a fun world to explore. Starfield is different in that regard. So I guess he is right in that one regard. That's the thing that's different.
You sadistic son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm probably getting bad karma from this, aren't I? Oh, well, my karma's terrible in this game already.
Watch me suffer. I see. You don't have the balls to do it. I hope the robots catch you too. Oh, God. Mercy. I'm all out of faith.
I feel like we're gonna be able to get him to talk. They've got tubes in my arsehole. Ouch. Okay. Well, see, the game won't actually let me shoot you. It's not actually my fault in this situation. I'm trying to right-click you. It doesn't want me to do it. Oh, is that what that poison was for? That makes sense. I was wondering why this robot out here has poison and a scalpel. Oh, is that like the... So I guess the good ending is poison and the bad choice is a scalpel? Because that's really sadistic to use a scalpel. But a slit, if you... It depends how you do it, right? You could slit his throat quite fast. Who is this? Stitch, yeah. Okay. Right, Stoma. Oh, you're still over encumbered. Yeah, you don't need that much ammo, let's be honest. Ah, use on. Did it work? I mean, I guess it's timed. No, see, this is a weapon. It's not going to let me use this.
You have released Kerr from his ruined mortal coil. You may proceed to the extraction point. Congratulations, murderer.
I thought you told me to neutralize him. What was I meant to do? Just leave him there? Maybe I just misinterpreted what the mission wanted me to do. Oh, I guess he was already neutralized. Ah, well. My comm was already terrible. Accidentally evil run. Is the extraction point right back at the beginning? Yay, it is. Instead, oh no, there's one right here. That's good. There is still that outdoor behemoth, though. Now he's double neutralized? Yeah. Which is still neutralized, but he's more so neutralized. Do you still have the optional objectives? I think I've done them all. Yeah. I think the only optional objective, which for some reason isn't there anymore, was to clear... God, is there a faster way to move this map? No. Yeah, our keys are still slow. I could do both and make it faster. Was to neutralize these jamming towers to get the map, which I did. Oh. Which I thought I did. No, I did, yeah. Which I have done. And I found Barnaky, so I think we've maximized the experience for this mission. Oh, I can't see the stairs. That's not good. Oh dear. Can't see the icon that walked down the stairs. Okay. So they'll wiggle them down one by one. Oh, nope. Don't move those. Right, we want... Who is it? This guy. Oh yeah, get your gun out as well. Don't want you running in to melee someone with a scalpel. Stitch. I'm down here. Far side then. Oh. Hi all. Hey Apple Tree Blunt, welcome to the stream. How are you? Just playing some Fallout Tactics at the moment. Come on now, is there really such thing as an optional objective? Not in video games, no. I always try to do them all. I think in previous missions of this, we probably have skipped some, because I was trying to be fast. Just overall failed as an objective, seeing as we're about 50 hours into this game. Is there actually a way to tell exactly? No, this is just the timing game. Bin. Can we that door's locked. Yeah, I think we need to go downstairs of this main building and run outside and around. Luckily, we've killed most of the scurry bots, so we shouldn't have much issue traversing anymore. Oblivion-sized world map, 6 caves to explore, that's how I see it. Yeah, pretty much. The world map is, yeah, is more or less one-to-one with Oblivion. And there's like normally between 6 and 12 points of interest, compared with Oblivion's over 200, I want to say. Now, they couldn't one-to-one recreate that in Starfield, not even because of the random generation, but because of the, it would feel a bit ridiculous if you landed on a planet and there were 200 points of interest, like, surrounding your ship. Which also speaks to the, you know, how hand designing a world, you can make something feel bigger than it is. You could have caves that are on the map next to each other, but by using terrain, trees, you know, geography and all that kind of stuff, you can make it look like they're not that close. And in Starfield, I guess that is because of the random generation, they can't. There's a mostly flat world with slight bumps or whatever. You're gonna see these two factories or whatever they would be right next to each other. No spoilers, but please take some Rad-X and Radaway with you on the next mission. Oh, okay.
General Barnaky's death.
Natural landmarks. I mean, they can, but they won't. Well, yeah, they could add. They can make the random generation algorithms better.
Ever since he was old enough to carry a weapon, his diligence and determination has helped form the Brotherhood into what it is today. He might have been a little untrusting of non-humans, but his heart was always looking out after his fellow man, and we will mourn his passing. We must understand why the calculator is ordering his inhuman machines to gather the brains of humans. Our scribes believe that's how they extract information. This is disturbing news if they have access to General Barnaky's knowledge. Now on to other business. Kerr the merchant has peddled his last bauble. It is unfortunate that one of the wasteland's few honest merchants had to perish, but the war comes first. We have no room for weakness in these missions, and you have not disappointed us. Our job is not always pleasant, but it is a job that needs doing. Considering his physical condition, it was a mercy killing him.
Yeah, exactly.
I only hope Kerr truly withheld information from the robot aggressors. Now, I have the unpleasant task to inform Maria Barnaky on the fate of her husband. That is all, brother. Dismissed.
All right. Back to the bunker. Oh, we've got a random encounter. Build a Nuka-Cola dude. What's up, Phil? How you doing? Save. Casey's like, I don't know, a suicide bomber or something. What's up, bro? Nothing to say? Nope. I guess he's just a delivery man. Nothing more to say there. I didn't do anything. What you got? Whoa! Bring that over here, buddy. Nice. All those planets were things to do as impossible, Professor. I feel like the game would have been better if they wanted to do 4 planets. Well, yeah. I feel like with the how long was the game? Like 7, 8 years of development. They could have possibly have done 4 planets. Let's say each planet is Skyrim sized. It's probably a big ask to ask for 4 Skyrims worth of content. But like maybe let's say 3 Skyrims for 7 years of development. I think 3 planets that are the size that each like landmass that you can explore on each planet is the size of Skyrim, has the density of content of Skyrim. That would have pleased people a lot better. I would actually have to do the math on that. I'd have to calculate how long Skyrim took to work it out, because it might work out and you could only maybe do 2 planets, and at that point, it's not really Starfield anymore, is it? Like, I guess that's the issue. But yeah, immediately from setting out trying to do 1,000 planets was stupid. I don't think they probably didn't set out to do 1,000 planets. I would imagine the first goal was to see if they could randomly generate a planet, and then once they realized they could, then they were like, oh, well, we could just do this 1,000 times. They can, but why? That's a good point. Like, yeah. I don't think the time spent in making the algorithm so good that it could allow a slightly higher density of POIs would fix the issues unless they made dramatically more POIs. Because realistically, there's, I think, 40 or 50 in the game. You would need hundreds to make it less of an issue. That's, again, it just goes back to where the time was spent in Starfield was not time spent well, at least when it comes to the random generation. I will agree with Emil, just said in an interview that he believes Starfield is the best. It was misquoted. The misquote was that he believes Starfield is the best game they ever made. That's not what he said. He said, in many ways, Starfield is the best game they've ever made. And then he goes on to talk about the technical aspect. So he's right in saying that there was a lot of time spent to optimize the engine, to make the engine better, to implement things that were previously impossible within the creation engine. That was time spent, probably well spent, seeing as they have no intention of ever switching engines from the looks of it. But the time, I don't know where the time was lost on world design. I guess whatever time they spent making these random generation algorithms was not worth it. And they should have spent that time actually on world design instead. Starfield would have been better if there was a single reasonable... Yeah, or they just do a single reasonable person at the pitch meeting who shut down the ridiculously stupid idea to begin with. Yeah. I like the idea of a Bethesda space game, but everything they did to achieve it was incorrect. I want 4 Skyrims, no, we'll give 1 billion of empty locations. Yeah. I think it would need to be 4 planets to have the diversity necessary, because I feel like you could do 4 planets and then like 3 or 4 moons that are randomly generated or whatever using the system they have in Starfield. And then that's a galaxy. And you can have that as its own secluded galaxy, and you could tell a story within that. I think you definitely would need at least 4. But you could probably do like, say, 2 Skyrims, 2 Shivering Isles, or like 3 Shivering Isles, because those are smaller, but they're still super dense. 2 Skyrims, 3 Shivering Isles, and then have a few of the randomly generated moons or randomly generated barren planets to kind of fill out the rest of the galaxy. And that's enough to tell a story within that would have the density of explorable locations that people would bond with. It would still have all the other issues that people hate Fallout 4 for. Like, it's not going to fix the writing, but it would actually still... The reason why Fallout 4 is still played and still liked, despite being like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 game to many, is because of the world. It would still have that, and Starfield would still have that to lean on, to be like, hey, I'm still a Bethesda game. I still have this world to explore. I still have all these things going for me. Yeah, my writing's still terrible. What did you expect? You know? Yeah. But you can't turn back the clock. They did what they did. Okay, we have Radaway, so we need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pieces of Radaway from the sounds of it. It's just depressing to talk about Starfield. Because there's nothing you can do. People, there's a part of the fan base who are like, oh, you wait until they do the Cyberpunk style update and it'll fix it all. It's beyond that. Like, the Cyberpunk update didn't revolutionarily change Cyberpunk. It just mostly fixed the bugs. You have to actually fundamentally change Starfield. And that's just way beyond a reasonable ask. I agree with the idea that they expected modders to finish the game is not too far. Oh, that's for sure what it is. That's the whole point of the 1,000 planets. To be like, hey, look at all these planets we've let modders fill in. There are over 600 quests in Skyrim with DLCs. There was once a shop that could have filled Starfield with shit. Yeah, there's a shop in Starfield. It's still there. I found it on day one when it came out. That doesn't have a back room. There's not... I'm probably going to say this, and if someone will find one, but I'm fairly sure in Fallout, maybe not Fallout 4, but in Skyrim, there isn't a single shop that doesn't have like a back room where you could feasibly conceive the stock is held, or where the resident lives, or like any of that kind of stuff. You know, it's a living, breathing world, or at least appears to be one. Starfield still has that one shop that there's nowhere for the stock to be, other than on the person's inventory. Which we know that's how the game actually works. We all understand there's a hidden chest somewhere, and that's where the inventory is. But for the suspension of belief, for it to work, you need to have an area that looks like where the stock could conceivably be. And I think I'm right in saying as well that Skyrim still had the thing where some of the stock you could buy in the store actually was on the walls or was on the shelves. If you bought like a certain sword from a blacksmith, the sword would disappear off the wall. So some of the stock was linked, but most of the stock, of course, was in the chests you could get to through via exploits. I really think Starfield could have learned a lot from X Beyond the Frontier and Evoron. Yeah, those games that you asked me to play, very good examples. There's just a ton of space games that they could have taken influence from. It speaks on Todd Howard's opinions on certain games, in that Todd Howard grew up in a time when the immersive space sim was blossoming. He saw like Elite 1, 2, and 3 come out. He would have been there when like Privateer came out, when all of that happened. And we know from his previous interviews that he was into space games. He speaks about like how he used to go to the library, I think it was either in his college or his school, and he would install, I can't remember the name of the game off the top of my head, but install a space game and then play it on his computer. Now, admittedly, that was an action space game. It was just like dogfighting and stuff. But like, he's mentioned these stories in the past, and this was even before Starfield was conceived. So I agree that it's totally something he's always wanted to do. But it again goes back to like Todd Howard as a developer on how he designs his games. And it goes back to the quote that I'm sure you've all heard, where some ex-employee of Bethesda used to mock Todd Howard because Todd Howard would play something like Morrowind, or I think he played Daggerfall, where he would just play a barbarian. Like, he wouldn't talk to anyone. He would just make a character, get a big axe, and just go around swinging, killing everyone. It might have been that's how he played Morrowind. But that's how Todd Howard designs games. He's action first, and everything else is second. And you see how that affects the game when that's the case. Because I will say that the shooting in Starfield is competent. It's shooting all right. There's a funny interview from Emil I've found for Fallout 3, when he was promoing Fallout 3, and he says that they think they've breached new grounds, and this was actually kind of true at the time, because they've merged the open world RPG of Bethesda with the first person mechanics of Call of Duty. True now, but the idea that the Fallout 3 shooting mechanics were that of Call of Duty, which, I mean, Call of Duty isn't like the best game ever, but I think it's a good example of extremely slick shooting mechanics, especially back then. This was when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 had just come out, the original one, and he's saying that Fallout 4 was on that level. I'm like, yeah, okay. But, I mean, he was correct in that they were one of the first to do that. Not true anymore. But that's essentially what Starfield is. Starfield actually has reached that point now, where it's an open world. It's got actually more RPG mechanics than some of the previous Bethesda games, so I'll give it that. It's an open world RPG with Call of Duty shooting mechanics. It's an action game. It's Call of Duty in an RPG world with but with bad world design, because Call of Duty's maps actually are much higher detail than anything in Starfield. Ironically enough, Call of Duty 5 base gameplay with an RPG would actually be amazing. Yeah, like Call of Duty's like actual base shooter gameplay is really solid. Like, the movement and everything is extremely solid. It's exploited the hell online, but I think it's been well done. And you put that into like into a world as densely populated as like say Fallout 3 or Skyrim, but like obviously fitting within like a Call of Duty universe or whatever universe they wanted to do. I think that would be extremely slick. It wouldn't even need to be an RPG. You could totally just have it as an adventure, action adventure shooting game with some looting mechanics. I guess Fallout, it's Fallout 4, right? But Fallout 4 with slick shooting mechanics. I play DMZ with friends. It's fun, yeah. Like I play Warzone. Warzone is toxic as hell, but I think we've all had friends from school and stuff who maybe aren't super into games. So they don't play RPGs or anything, but they like to play Call of Duty. I play COD with them. It's frustrating sometimes, but I've got to say, like, outside of its terrible monetization, like it's got everyone can criticize Call of Duty till the cows come home, but at its core, there was some solid gameplay there. Alright. Probably could get another power... Actually, I don't think we can even afford another power armor. It's so expensive, isn't it? Armor. Oh, do we even have... Yeah, we do. How much for APA? Oh boy. Yeah, we're not getting APA this playthrough. I guess if we sold out other power armors, but you'd have to sell 2 to get 1. It's not a good trade-off. If we went for 1 APA, 1 power armor... Yeah, we can't even afford that. Ah, well. Right, let's get the chems we need. So we need Rad-X. Let's go for 2 each. So we have 5, so we need to buy 7. And some Radaways. I don't know how much Radaways we have, but let's just go with 5 Radaways. Okay, and Super Stim Packs if we could. Which I don't think... Yeah, he's got some... let's go with 16. Oh, never mind. Jesus Christ. 10. Oh, 6. No, I put 10 back. Let's go with 2 more. Wow, that's all we can afford. Do we need that many Super Stim Packs? Still got some stims. We got Stitch with the first aid kits. Maybe 8's a bit nuts. Let's say with like 3. Oh, we might just find some as well. Let's just go with 3. Offer. Oh, I didn't sell everything. Is this something different? No, it is still Rad-X. That's a quest item, so let's keep that. I guess, can we find Maria Monarchy somewhere, maybe? Or give it to the general? Still not find anything to do with the jet bike. Okay. I think the best thing that came out of Starfield were the multiple hour-long videos discussing what not to do in the future. I hope they listen to it, man. I hope they do. You just potentially described yet to be released Stalker 2. I mean, Stalker's a great example of that, right? Because it's not an RPG, it's an action adventure game. It didn't used to have great shooting mechanics, but it's getting there. And yeah, I'd be totally down for a Stalker game with like solid shooting mechanics, where you get to explore the Stalker universe. Starfield exists solely as an example of every single thing you're absolutely not supposed to do during game development. Yeah. Yeah. But instead of a tiny indie game, it's from freaking Bethesda. That's the main thing, right? This is a story you would expect to hear from a Kickstarter game. Like, that's what you would expect. Like, they had all this money, they didn't know what they were doing, they wasted 7 years going in circles, they finally released a game that no one liked. That's a story you would expect from one of those channels that reviews, like, failed Kickstarters. But as you said, this is from Bethesda. Like, a game that up until... I mean, Fallout 76, I guess, on the overall scheme of things, had hit after hit. Like, we can all criticize, like, where games went wrong. But in terms of the general consciousness, people thought they could do no wrong. Somehow I missed Stomer and all of that. Got everything else, didn't I? Yeah, I just missed Stomer. And then there's like, they had that little stumble with Fallout 76, and then they just jumped off the cliff with it. Oh, what I should do is give that to Max. Max should give that to me. And Stoma should have... Max should have the 50 cal Browning as his secondary. Not that I've ever had a time where I've felt like I've needed to lean back on this yet, but I want it just in case. It's probably one of those things that if I was playing a harder difficulty, I would need to utilize the machine guns a bit more. I want the detonator, but I want to give it to Farsight because she's our explosive extra. Alice also has a claymore, I think. Again, I don't think I'm going to use explosives at any point, but if we do need to blow open a door, we know Farsight has some capabilities of doing it now, at least. Okay, we will have to spread out our medications to everyone. I need to sell some stuff. Maybe I should check those videos out. I thought I would avoid it in case I ever wanted to play, but there seems little risk of that now. Yeah. Like, some people, like, it's one of those things, like, some people actually do say they like Starfield, and I've got to believe them, right? Like, you can't tell someone that they're wrong. So I don't want to say, like, just because I dislike it, you will. You know, grab it on sale for £10. I feel guilty almost recommending people buy it, though, because the general consensus is that I know I'm not rare in disliking it. If I was the only one who disliked Starfield, I wouldn't sit here and be like, oh, don't buy it. But because it's so common that people dislike the game, I feel confident in not recommending it. And so I'm almost like, it's almost not worth waiting for a sale. Because even if you bought it on sale and you're like, oh, I spent $10, you know, based off of Jwlar's recommendation, what a dick, it's a bad game. Like, I almost don't want to feel that guilt, you know, that I've led you into something you'll dislike. But I will still say, like, you know, there might be something you like in it. The people do like the game. They aren't the majority, though. Right. 2 to you. 2 to you. 2 to you. 1 to you. Then give 2 to Alice. So Max will be the only one who only has 1 Rad-X. Oh, that's okay, he'll survive. Give all the Rad away to Stitch. You can actually just give it to each person. So we got 10, divide 6. It does not work out into an even number. I'll leave 2 to myself. I'll give 2. Actually, the Death Squad should have the most, right? So 2 to Max. 1 to Alice. Stitch, you give another 1 to Alice. You give 1 to Farsight. Keep 3 for yourself. I'll give 2 to me. Okay, so we've all got our radiation drugs. And let's go out do our level ups. Well, actually, I think we should talk to the general, or let's see if we got any other people to recruit. I don't want to recruit anyone else. I'm actually really happy with my current. Oh, this is the medical officer. But let's go level up. Oh yeah, we did go up a level. Oh, these guys look cool though. It's almost too late in the game for me to... Yeah, it's too late for me to change. I'm happy with my squad. They've got me this far. I'm not going to go betray them like that. Okay. Levels. Max 3 points. That's not enough to do anything with. Alice leveled up. Just keep going in the anti-weapons, I guess. Stoma level up? No. Was she the only one? We had 1 level up on that mission. It's quite sad.
This is it, brother. The final
Nice.
push.
Last mission.
Your squad's actions will dictate not only the future of the Brotherhood, but of the very wasteland itself. From here on out, you will have to scavenge supplies on your own. If you do set foot in this bunker again, it will be because the calculator is no more. Our technicians have secured our nuclear warhead to a vehicle for transport, which will be waiting for you on site. This warhead will be needed to crack an entrance into Vault Zero. I know it sounds like overkill, but that vault is designed to take several direct nuclear hits, and our only hope is that a precise nuclear blast directed on the door will do the job. We expect the entrance to be heavily protected, so make sure that your squad is ready for some heavy action. You must ensure that the warhead stays safe until detonated. The calculator will not give us such an opportunity again. Once you activate the bomb, you should immediately seek worthy shelter. Duck and cover isn't going to cut it this time. Power armor should help to further aid your survival within the bunker. Remember, you will practically be at ground zero of the resulting nuclear explosion. Be sure to take your anti-radiation medication.
Yeah.
It was an honor to work with you, brother.
Well, now I wish I was in a position where I could get everyone in power armor. But we can't, so be it. How much script do I have? 16. Oh, okay. We're so close as well. How much is it per power? 20,000. I can't think of anything we can do. We've done all the gambling we can do. Armor, how much are you charging? 28,000, yeah. Yeah, we ain't getting that. Never mind. This is what we're going to the final mission with. I am wearing, leather armor. I should probably switch that, right? It's not helping me be stealthy anymore. What I'll do is, Farsight's my only stealthy character. We'll give her the level armor. I can't believe she's actually in default armor. That's insane. How are you still alive? That's what you start the game with. Right. I'm gonna go get myself a metal suit. Slightly better durability. Oh, actually, maybe, they have radiation suits, right? That might be smarter. One of these, environmental suit Mark II. Yeah, let's go with that. I don't think it has as much durability as metal armor, but it'll have that radiation benefit. God, it's expensive as well. It's not even that good. What even is the armor resistance on this bad boy? Armor class 19. It's more than half. I've lost a bit of perception for it. But we do have that rad resistance of 87. Nice. It's worth it for that. Actually, is it worth getting Stitch switched out? Oh, he might have some rad resistance. 12, no. Okay, his Tesla armor's not helping him. No, because he'll have to go down an armor class, won't he? Yeah, he's at 26. Farsight's at 28. Oh, because she's got... I don't know. Actually, why is her armor class so good? Does she have anything that helps her? Silent running? Is it just generally her armor class is high because of her endurance isn't that good, though? Damn, I guess that's just the armor class of bloody leather armor. Okay, I didn't check that on my character. I assumed it was terrible. Oh well. We're not gonna die. It's because of the armor, yeah. I didn't think leather armor was so good. Damn. Because it somehow has worked out better than Tesla armor. Which doesn't seem to make sense. I'm not sure what that is. But we got the rad resistance. Oh, it's low resistance but high armor class. Ah. Makes sense now. Yeah, damage resistance 35, 25, 40. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with my choice. So even though the armor class is only 39, it's got 55 resistance. Yeah, okay, cool. Makes sense now. Actually, what do we need? Can we find Maria Bonnicky or something? We have this locket. Like you said, it is a quest item. Can I give it to you? No. Elder, Scribe, Warrior. Mechanic. Auditor General. What does this guy do? Nothing. Scribe. Check the medical bay, maybe? Just keep it? Oh, okay. Just like a little collection item. Previous rules, like having a writer that knows what a person talking sounds like. Yeah, very few people in Bethesda can actually write prose, which is bizarre. A great example of a piece of media that is perfect at that is why can't someone is unable to drive that APC? Is I forgot the name of it now, but it's an Australian show I watched 2 years ago. It's about a hitman. Oh god, I can't remember what it's called now. That's a terrible description of it. I mean, it is about a hitman, but it's unique in that the writing is really good. Because it feels so realistic. Like the conversations they have are so mundane, but they are just like real life. Like it almost, in some regards, feels like a not necessarily a docu-series, but like as if you were just looking in at a real conversation that was happening. Mr. In Between, yes, that's it. Brilliant show. And the prose in that is, I mean, the best I've ever seen, because it does just feel like a real conversation. One of the best shows my country has ever made. That and Danger 5. Oh, I've not heard of Danger 5. I'll need to check that out. Yeah, Mr. In Between is a really good show. And that's what you're asking for from like writing with people, is for them to sound like people. Just having a normal conversation. Like sometimes the conversation can just be mundane, and that's fine. Starfield utterly blows past the fact that exposition and dialogue sucks and makes for stupid sounding characters. Yeah. I will say, I liked that they did one intelligent thing, was that they stuck a load of exposition into a museum. I actually really liked the way they did that. Because it fits in universe that there would be a museum about this war and how like the planet was discovered and how they made this civilization. And it gives an optional way for players to learn this stuff. They then later retroactively go against that because they have the characters speak at you to be like, oh, did you not look at the museum? You know, you learn all this in the history, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I feel like if someone's not looked at the museum, just skirt over it. Just assume that they know that stuff. And if they don't, that was their choice. You know, it's the player's choice to miss it.
This is it, brother. The final push.
Yeah, we've read that. It's playing Final Fantasy VII with this encounter rate. Yeah, seriously, the encounter rate is like right up there with JRPGs. A museum is a natural place for tons of information. Oh my god, how many encounters did you get? I think that was close to 20. But yeah, the museum that they have in Starfield I thought was a brilliant idea when I first found it, because at this point I hadn't got to the point where they kind of ignore the museum and they start telling you what was in the museum in exposition, in dialogue. But I thought that was a really great idea, because it's something you couldn't do in like Fallout, for example, because you could have like a broken down museum, and they did actually have that in Fallout 3. They tell a little bit about the space race and stuff. But like to have a modern day museum in Fallout wouldn't really make a lot of sense. In Bethesda's Fallout, I should say. It would make sense in actually no, they did it in New Vegas as well, didn't they? Yeah, museums in general, just a great way to tell information, because they had it in for the boomers, and it worked for the same reason there. So yeah, ignore what I said. Yeah, it does work. It works, of course, in the Elder Scrolls as well. So more museums. I guess in the Elder Scrolls you don't need it because the books are the museums. A library achieves the same thing in the Elder Scrolls. Okay, is that the entrance? Is it that easy? No, that can't be the entrance to the bunker. I assume it's up here. Okay, let's check the map. Oh, there's the bunker here. That should provide shelter. Oh, from the blast. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, God. Okay, that's a long mission. This is the mission that perhaps you, Tyrannium and Valeria, you were talking about, where like the tank would have been helpful. And it's actually annoying that there isn't a tank here, because it would make entire sense why you could use the tank. Yeah, so we've got to go all the way up. I guess we can't get the warhead up through this narrow section here, so we do have to clear the whole road. This looks like there's going to be mines there. This is a long one. Alright. Alright. It's a long boy. Let me just check. So we can fit through here. No, I don't think we can get the warhead through how narrow that is. And oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no way. It's not going to let us pull that off, I don't think. Oh, maybe. Come around here. There must... Yeah, yeah, the warhead probably just can't get through there, right? Because otherwise, most people would just take the shortcut. Why would you go the long way around? So let's clear the long way. Let's make sure this is clear before we run into it later. Yeah, it's not clear. Okay, I'm very glad I decided to check that. And then does it go... Ah, okay, it's got another thing on the other side. What's this terminal for?
This is Third Scientist Lewis with a report on the cause for the perimeter alarm. Late last night, a heavily armed group of mutated humans attempted to force their way into the vault. I've never seen such creatures. The smallest one was over 7 feet tall and must have weighed at least 400 pounds. I believe that this group has seen fighting recently. Each one was carrying enough firepower to arm a small platoon. But the real shock came when a security camera was able to get a close-up. These poor creatures are severely mutated, with the majority of their features only vaguely resembling that of human beings. I don't know if they're a product of nuclear radiation. They seem to share too many similarities with their muscle-bound frames to credit a random mutation. Their intrusion in the vault has fully woken up the calculator, and the emergency pacification protocol has been initiated. I don't believe the invading mutants were expecting to combat a behemoth, but the results were...
Ah, so it looks like the masses fleeing army accidentally set this up. Unintentionally.
Good question, Dr. Jones. I would be happy to explain why we're taking the path less traveled when compared to mundane computer systems. One advantage the calculator has over normal computers is the electro-organic linking terminal. Our tests conclude that the CPU can share tasks and receive data from pseudo-cryogenic stored brains that are maintained in an oxygenated tank. These brains are currently that of lab rodents, but our calculations indicate that human brains can be preserved in the same fashion. The brains will be fed specifically formulated nutrients to sustain suspended life. In turn, they will assist the calculator's CPU in vault management, including life support, food production and distribution, pacification robot protocol, and Vault Zero defenses. This neural network will also assist in Vault Zero's primary function, to initiate mankind's post-war rebirth, when outside temperature, radiation levels, and poison particle counts return to acceptable levels. Vault Zero will remotely activate the Exodus protocol, which will initialize the integration of all Vault dwellers onto the planet's surface. The brains are to be harvested from a select group of geniuses that were chosen by committee for their skills and their cute haircuts.
Now I'm interested in how it went
Committee
wrong.
rules 30-3 in favor of streamlining Vault Zero's computer backup system costs from $24 billion to $2.3 billion.
I think we've listened to this one.
These cuts will take place immediately. This ruling was based on the dwindling chance for actual nuclear war taking place, along with much-needed pay increases to senior committee members.
Similar to Vault-Tec and
Furthermore, the
Bethesda's Fallout.
subterranean vault compartments that were designated for backup computer and life support systems will now be renovated for senior vault personnel leisure facilities. The committee has a construction agenda that must be finalized by mid-March. The new facility options are as follows. Several top-quality restaurants with 10,000 square feet of cold storage, 7 smoke rooms with piano bars, and 2 subterranean hunting grounds stocked with rare animals purchased from world-renowned zoos.
Yeah, I think we have listened to that one, actually.
This is Third Scientist.
Okay.
Good question, Dr.
Yeah, I guess
Jones.
it's just another way for people who've missed the previous law. Something went wrong. Yeah, with the calculator, I can assume. I wonder if it's like RoboBrains, where it's to do with the brains it was using. we're bad in some way. Because the robo-brains, according to Fallout 4, are using the brains of criminals. And that's why the neutralization liquid or whatever they're in malfunctions over time and they become criminals again. But they also go crazy because they're in a robo-brain, so I think actually anyone would have ended up in the situation they're in. Okay, yeah, I can't open that. Fair enough. I was hoping he would have leveled up from the last mission and we could have sorted that out, but doesn't look like to be the case. I wonder if he'll level up anytime soon. No. Not likely. 60,000 stat. Close to. Almost 70,000 XP. There are other pathways you can use to go behind the enemies to deal with them instead of facing them head on, but the nuke has to move around the road by way of ambushes. Be wary of ambushes, they know you're coming. Okay. Yeah, so I might still go that way. I mean, Arena didn't, as I recall, have tons of lore dumps. No, Arena had no lore dumps. There was like very little lore in the Elder Scrolls at that point. Starfield tried to go from 0 to hero in one installment. Lore building takes time and story involving the player has to unfold. You're right in that. It is difficult to jump off a universe from literally 0. So like the player actually knows what happened because they played it. That takes time to do. Yeah. I guess that's like what Daggerfall had to do, was like Daggerfall suddenly out of nowhere got like loads of lore because there wasn't much to work with from Arena, and then they built on that with Morrowind. I don't think it was an impossible task to start a universe from essentially 0 in one game. They just... the way they went about it wasn't ideal. It's mainly just the dialogue. The dialogue happened to have so much exposition. Leave that exposition in with like museums and stuff, and like let the player organically discover that information. Don't force feed it to them through NPCs. Especially don't do the thing that, like, the thing that works in Fallout but doesn't work in Starfield is you'll have times where someone will mention some past event and your character can be like, oh, what's that? And they're like, oh my god, you don't know about this? How did that happen? And then they explain it to you. Fallout makes sense because you're most of the time a vault dweller, so you wouldn't have learned about these things happening on the surface. In Starfield, it makes no sense at all that your character would be completely oblivious to things that happened in what is actually a very small universe, because there's only like... the very limited, I don't want to give a number to it because I'm not sure, but like let's say it's 50,000 people survived when Earth blew up, or when Earth had its cataclysmic event. Yeah, it didn't blow up, it's still there, but let's say 50,000 people have survived. It's very unlikely that one of them will be unaware of the recent history. It's possible, but it feels very forced to almost have that same vault dweller in an unknown world situation. I prefer... oh god. I would prefer that NPCs treated us as if we did know everything, and let players organically find out that stuff themselves. You can do that just through world design. You don't have to have like books, you know, like reams of like books that people have to read, or like museums or anything. You can often just have a few like terminal entries that most people seem okay with reading, like from Fallout and stuff. You know, have a few terminal entries dotted around, maybe some broken notes, and you can give people stories through that. That's what they did in the tutorial mission for Starfield. I thought it worked quite well. You know, I have my qualms with that tutorial. Obviously, you can learn about that in part 1, and that's mostly to do with the random generation. But the actual point of interest they send you to, where they teach you about this alien threat that leads into then the one of the faction quests. I thought that was still done decently well. You have the terminal entries, you have all that kind of jazz. I need to split this medication up. Two. Can't reach. A good example is Pillars of Eternity. I still need to play that. As ridiculous as it was, I thought the RoboBrain Vault in Far Harbor was a fitting addition. They have to go a little bonkers. Yeah, like, I think Bethesda can sometimes add some, like, decent parts to the lore. I'm not against everything they've ever done. Really funny thing about Starfield, you know the old Earth pistol it has? That's a World War One era 1911, but even a modern one, straight up a World War One model. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely an old Earth pistol. I think like it has like the AK-47 as well, and it's like the Cold War era AK-47. I guess you could headcanon it as it came from a museum. Or possibly something along the lines of because these are all the items that people bought with them when they left Earth, right? So maybe there was some law in place in this world of Starfield where you couldn't have modern guns, but you could still have antique guns, which is kind of similar to the law in the UK. You can actually still own guns in the UK, but it's much easier to own an antique gun. So maybe it's something like that. Again, this is all headcanon though. It's never explained, but yeah, it makes no sense that it wouldn't have been a modern version. Oh, this is a cave. Oh no, this is good to go under. I was really confused. I thought we were going under the. We weren't going under the bridge, but I think we still are. Stoma, you're up. Get out of the way. Oh wow, first time. Didn't think he had it in him. Interesting. Feels like we're gonna need those for some reason. Why are they giving us so many repair kits if we have nothing to repair? I don't quite understand that. There's no vehicles in this in these missions at this point. Oh, wait. That could have been bad. Actually, let's be smart here. Let's just use the kill squad. And let's set a formation. If we have Stoner at the front, he can use his Gauss rifle. And then you guys out in the back, like this. Cool. Oh, it is a cave. Oh. Oh, never mind. Fallout today is essentially Todd's Fallout? Yeah. As I've explained recently in previous... I've explained previously in other streams, I just see it as there's two Fallouts. There's Bethesda Fallout and there's Classic Fallout. And never the two shall meet. I could have sworn that pops out the other side, but I guess it doesn't. Alright, kill squad, let's go. Mines? Possibly. Oh shit. Don't like being surrounded. Hey Max, you want to get involved? Okay, let's assume that means mines that way, so let's go this way. Probably save, because it has been a very long while. That's not how you spelt that. Oh, don't use that. Shit. That did a lot of damage. God, your accuracy is terrible, boys. Oh, he's out of ammo on that anyway. Oh well. Hopefully we can find some more ammo as we go. Oh boy. Oh no. Not a good time to be crippled. Find the warhead. It's back down here, isn't it? I know where it is. It's like by there. I was gonna come back and move it. I felt like it'd be risky to move it with us, so I was gonna like clear the road and then come back and bring it around. I guess I can bring it with us, but I felt like if someone shot it, would it not blow up? I guess it's not armed, so that's not actually how nuclear weapons work, but still. It kind of, well, it is how they work in the Fallout universe, at least in Bethesda's Fallout universe. I'll let you go back and see if you can go bring it. The lighting effect is really highlighted at night. Yeah, there is. Yeah, I was mistaken last time when I thought there wasn't any real-time lighting. You can definitely see the plasma rifle effects and everything. If it dies, it dies. Oh no! Oh no! Accidentally turned myself into bait. Guys, come help me. Stop. Thank you. Okay. Let's take myself as an escort. Nice. Nukes do have safety mechanics, but it has been proven that a normal explosion next to them will actually make them go off. Oh. But don't... I guess I'm thinking of World War II nukes. I don't know how the modern ones work, but then they work by like shooting the two atoms together, right? So I think the World War II nukes, you can't just make go off by exploding them, because that's not actually how they work. But I'm not sure how the modern nuclear weapons work. Because if you just blew up the World War II one without actually using that mechanism, I'm pretty sure you would just have a lot of metal rubble and a ton of radioactive material everywhere. But not a nuclear explosion. It was in the same experiment when the US government accidentally launched a 700-kilo slab of steel into space in less than 2 minutes. Oh, with the nuclear explosion, I guess. Was it like the nuke shot it into space? Modern ones work with implosion, and the detonation has to be very precise around the sphere. Oh, okay, so it can blow up, but it has to be like very unlikely. So they require aim and an intent to set off by design. Nice. So how do we move this with us? Oh, it's just a vehicle, but only one person can drive it. Okay. So that's what the repair kits are for. Oh, I was gonna reverse it, nuke forward, but let's go this way instead. Stuck on a tree. Yep. Treat it like an old school FPS and rocket launcher nukes to the goal. That'll totally work. What can go wrong? Oh, I should have used the main road rather than going this way. Right, let's stop it here. Oh, don't get run over by it. That's happened in the past. Right, let's go. Ambush. Oh, yep. I knew it. Oh dear. Get out, get out, get out. You're crippled again? I just fixed you. Oh. It's always Alice. Why is it always Alice? You stop there. Let's look at this again. Okay, her AC is 1 lower than the other boys. Her resistance the same. Just slightly lower HP, but not dramatically lower. I don't get it. I don't get it. She just always gets targeted. She's 1 level lower, but that shouldn't make a massive difference. Question, are you able to toss grenades to spots where you... Yes, I will be able to do that. I'm not confident about it because my main grenade thrower is my main character. It's not the best defended. But yeah, I can throw out a grenade like this. It should hurt the scurry bots. Oh no, I guess it doesn't hurt the scurry bots because they're underground. So they are the perfect little, like, ambush robot. Oh, shit. Okay, so what I need to do is set you two up crouched. Oh, actually, yeah, you can lie down. Don't burst because you'll shoot my guy. Actually, I probably shouldn't send Alice to do this because she's the weakest. There you go. Nice. I'll beat their ambush with my own ambush. The battlefield numbers on the Davy Crockett work great. A small team could take out a whole base with a reasonable safety. That's like the actual, the inspiration for the mini nuke, right? I mean, while feasible, I'm glad they didn't use that. They don't use that in normal combat. It's probably not great for the Earth when you think about it. Oh, that's a turret. Let's get out of the gunshot range of that guy. That turret's probably going to be a rocket. Oh, of course. It's probably going to be a rocket turret. Okay, there's not really any good way to go about this, I think, other than taking it on head on. Oh, okay, shooting some kind of machine gun. Luckily, I don't think we're in range. I wonder, I'm hoping actually that it's on the top of a ledge. I don't think we can get up there, that's annoying. I want to loot it, because I'm hoping it was using the same ammunition as my Gauss machine gun. But I'm pretty sure we can't get to that, right? Oh, okay. No, yeah, I can't reach. I thought I could loot it from that floor. The mini nuke was inspired by the real-life mini nuke launched from the back of a Jeep, and the football nuke. Literally just took the American football and made a nuke of that size and shape. It's actually a real thing too. I did not know that. Didn't work as intended, but it exists. Oh, nice. Be glad that they didn't watch rugby. Yeah. Oh, this is a fake behemoth. Is Alice still crippled? No, she's just stunned. I just realized this guy isn't even shooting. Alright, I might have just got these guys killed because I was not paying attention. It's much stronger than I thought. Oh, well, that was very lucky that they didn't die. He is still... Oh, is stunned a permanent thing? No, right, it's not, because Stoma's not stunned anymore. I might need to use a doctor's bag on them, though. Okay, let's bring everyone up. Ironically enough, if you want to make big war robots, making them be spiders would be the best way to rebuild them. Because spiders, they have the two segments of their body? Oh, you mean like this? I guess because they're all segmented, right? Like there's two sections that can be self-contained. The legs are all self-contained, so they're all plug and go. That would be my theory on that anyway. Imagine if the enemy got a sack on your quarterback holding the football nuke. And that made me sad. I'm 50 now and thinking I probably played my last game of rugby. That's a shame. Yeah, that's good. I haven't played rugby since school, actually. Something I do miss playing, actually. I could just join a local club. I've got a local club near me that's still open. Yeah, unfortunately, especially with rugby, there's definitely an age limit on that one. I mean, there's touch rugby, which I know isn't as good. But it's probably safer on your body. Well, definitely would be safer on your body. Shit. No, get out, guys. Get out, get out. That's a ghost rifle. 2. Oh, no, it's actually just a minigun. That's disappointing. Let's hope for some ammo. Well, Max, you can go up front with your machine gun. Let's get Stoma and Alice behind. Nope. Max up here. Okay. Stop. I said stop. Shoot these guys first, please. Nice. Then this guy. Nice. Then these guys. Okay, maybe don't waste your ammo. Focus on this first. Okay. Oh, third one. We've got health. Let's tank it. Come on. Okay. Nice. Lucky we're so tanky. Touch rugby, just buy me a drink if you're trying to feel me up. Yeah. fair enough. Can't argue on that one. Would like a rugby sevens be? No, it's still contact in it. It's not gonna make much of a difference, really. Less hits though overall in something like rugby sevens. Or maybe more because there's less. Actually, probably more because there's less players. So it's like distributed between less people overall. Not sure. I've not played rugby sevens. I only ever played the just the normal game. And like I said, it was back in school when I'm in Wales, so it was the mandatory. Nope, don't send this person. It's the mandatory sport. Right, so we can go up on the cliffs. For no reason at all, I think. We've already cleared these out. Let's go get some more loot. Yeah, there's no more shops. You're on the final campaign. Just grab what you need. Oh, right. You're completely correct. Yeah, I don't know why I was looting. I just want to check bodies then for things, microfusion cells. which I arguably don't need either, do I? Let's be honest. Yeah, you're completely right, though. I don't need this ammunition. Yeah, I probably don't need the microfusion cells. Is there a situation where I'm going to fire 1,000 shots? You never know. But probably not. Probably not. Apologies for that, for rugby nostalgia. I hadn't had one of those old man, I'll never climb that mountain again moments before. That's alright. Sorry that you had that. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it, but unfortunately a few years off. Right. Oof. Don't want to waste a... Yeah, let's give Stitch some stim packs. Don't want to waste the doctor's bag on him. Today 30 is the new 60. I don't think it's quite that bad. I would say the other way around, right? Today's 60 is the new 30. Not the new 30, but 60 certainly isn't as old as it used to be. In Western countries. It depends where you're living, of course. I know, apologies, don't feel bad about age. Fair enough, yeah, no, we can't stop it, can we? It's coming for us all. Right, you stay here. I've only brought you guys here because I want Farsight to use her perception. I'm thinking these are going to be a minefield. Oh, I'm detected, not a mine. By who then? We got a robot over there. Oh, but by everyone apparently. You guys stand up. You should be here. There you go. You can get involved if you want Farsight, so can I. Stand over here. If I crouch, actually, I should be able to get some shots off. Stitch, you can stay out. Okay. Depends on how you take care of yourself too. My mother is 74 and you'd think she was 80, 90 to look at her. Inactivity wastes you from the within. Yeah, that's true as well. I mean, it's the same with my mother-in-law is in her 60s, but she actually, like, she doesn't look older, but I would say she's physically probably feels older than my father-in-law, he's like 72, but you wouldn't think it to look at him. He looks 50. And he acts like a 50-year-old. Like, he's active. He can go around. When we were over in Malaysia, he, like, hiked through a cave with us, like, completely fine. Whereas my mother-in-law had to stay at the entrance because it was just beyond her. So it's totally how you stay on top of your fitness. Like, he always walks around everywhere. So, like, walking's nothing to him. But she was working in the office up until she only recently retired. So it's just, like, sedentary all the time. Before the internet, you had to wonder sometimes, or ask everyone that had any clue about what you wanted to know. Or yeah, or use the encyclopedia books, but you had to go to the library for that as well. Since at least the AOL era, you can just get any AOL era, you can just get any answer. Yeah, the internet's great for that. The internet ages us dramatically faster. Mentally, yeah, brain rot rise. I think our brains certainly aren't doing too well. I really like these last missions in the mountains. They have a neat aesthetic and atmosphere. Yeah, I'm really liking this, actually. It's not too difficult. I think we have overcome easy difficulty. It is the point where this is actually too easy now. Which I'm glad about, because for the longest time, easy difficulty felt like it was doing nothing. It's what makes the old D&D edition so interesting to research on my videos. They had no internet, and the place they lived in didn't have a super big extensive library. Yet the information Gary Gygax was able to accumulate was largely super accurate for the time. That's really impressive, actually. I mean, outside of getting like a history degree, it'd be very difficult to get that stuff, I guess, other than reading, right? You just have to read and read and read. There might have been a few documentaries on television, but television was a completely different beast back then. If you weren't there to watch it live, and you didn't have a VCR to record it, you missed it. That was it. I'm not sure how popular documentaries were back then before cable as well. I'm not sure, the US is probably different to the UK, but we only had 3 channels. 4 actually, eventually. But most growing up, I only knew the 4 channels. And we didn't get Channel 4 in Wales either. We got S4C, which was the Welsh 4th channel. Which I don't want to say was worse just because it was in Welsh, but it wasn't as good because it didn't have The Simpsons. The only way you could watch The Simpsons in the UK was on Channel 4. And we didn't get it in Wales. Okay, can't fight those guys at this range. There's a turret on the roof. Ah, this is a tough one, actually. Right. There's going to be an ambush here, so we can't go this direction. We do have to push. Yeah, we have to push up this way, and there's no cover at all. Well, that's why you're the kill squad, so, everyone get your health up. This is where I wish I'd kept some buff out or something, just for these endgame missions, but we'll make it work. Right. Let me just remind myself, what is stop? Because I keep on forgetting the button for it. Movement. Oh, W. Of course. Right. Need to get closer, need to get closer. Okay, stop. Focus on this. Shit. Get the turret. Quick, quick, quick. Almost destroyed. Okay, it's just Alice. Of course it's Alice. Okay, luckily that rocket despawned because the turret died. Right, actually Alice. No, Alice, you get over here. You lie down. Take this. You guys can crouch. Okay, and that's all that is, so we can push on. Let's go. This way around. Alice always. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. She is not, like, her actual stats aren't that different from the other guys, but she is always the first to lose health. Like, I highly doubt intelligence is used to calculate the pathfinding ability of the AI. But if it is, it would explain a whole lot. Because she is always exactly where she needs to be to take the most damage. Hell, I'm not for sure kids coming out of college with an 8-year degree in software don't know shit compared to me. And I don't have a high school diploma to this day. I mean, kids in general, like, I'm not sure about Gen Z, but Gen A are gonna be the AI generation. They're going to be using ChatGPT, or like the equivalents, for like loads of things. I'm not sure if learning's up there. I know Gen Z are, this is for my wife, because she's in like an office workplace. There's a Gen Z person there who had to be taught how to use the Windows computer, which I find is bizarre because I was taught that in school. I would assume school still teaches Windows. I know they're the iPad generation, but surely school didn't just forget that thing. But maybe they did. Like, I know when I was leaving school, they started giving, or like loaning Chromebooks to people who are in the youngest year of my school, just as I was leaving. So perhaps they switched over to Chromebooks, and that would be terrible for learning Windows, because I mean it's not the same thing. So possibly that happened. It's bizarre to me that this girl that was hired at this company didn't understand Windows, and she didn't know shortcuts. She didn't know, like, just copy paste, like the most basic ones. Like, fair enough if you don't know like the advanced ones that you would only need to know specifically if for your workflow that most people probably don't need. But like copy paste is basic. She was right clicking to copy paste everything. I mean, that must be what I look like when I'm playing this game. Fair enough, I understand. I can certainly understand I must look like that at the moment. That's just because in strategy games, I've always used the mouse for strategy games. I don't know why. Like highlighting like this. Like when I play Total War, I still will drag to highlight a group rather than using the group button more often than not. Often to my detriment. Just an old habit. Old habits die hard, isn't it? Oh, that's a pulse rifle. We just gotta rush him, I guess. Shit, and there's fuck. Okay, no, we need to think about this. Right. Oh, we can see them as well. Could we see them in the previous missions? No, I swear there wasn't a shadow before you could detect them. I hope that wasn't anyway. Okay, so we got someone with a pulse rifle. We got 4 mines in a row. I think we can outrange him. That's what we're going to do. We're going to send these two. And we're going to go over here and see if we can outrange him from these cliffs. We can. Or at least we can have some range. Okay, you need the aim shot. You need the aim shot. Okay, we're not fighting the right people now. Okay, well, we pushed off the... Oh, let's get away from those. We got rid of the pulse rifle guy for now, so that works. You need to come and clear these mines. There you go. I have a video on Morrowind I want to show you. Can I send it after the stream? It's 1.6 minutes long. Yeah, you can send it through Discord. Go for it. Yeah, they give them all tablets now. Yeah, that's the problem. So they don't even know how to use mouses coming into school, growing up now. There are definitely a massive heap of necessary jobs out there which cannot be boiled down to tapping a phone. Oh yeah, like there's a lot of jobs that you will have to be retroactively trained for. Like, think about the amount of systems in, like, old banks and stuff that I'm pretty sure are still running on DOS, and they can't upgrade them because they'd have to shut the bank down for a significant amount of time. The bank might not be the correct thing, but I think there are government agencies that are, like, still running on old versions of DOS. And, like, there will be a point where someone will have to be trained to use that system that doesn't even know what a command line is. And that's going to blow their mind. I mean, in that case, they would have to hire a programmer who's probably overqualified for the actual job, but at least they understand basic programming languages that they could, you know, get around a DOS system easily enough. Oh god, don't remind me, I saw an article about some American school that had to teach people what a folder was. Oh man. If you can't even navigate, that's basic navigation on a computer. It isn't that they aren't taught it, but they don't use it every day at home, so they never really learn it. That's a good point, actually. I didn't consider that. But yeah, if you're only using a Windows PC once a week in school, and they might approach it the same way you approach... I don't know, you've had this kids in school who are like, when you're learning algebra, like, oh, well, where am I ever going to use this? So they don't actively, like, listen or anything, because they don't consider that they'll ever use it in their life. And fair enough, they might never use it in their life. If they're approaching IT like that, then I can see the problem. Because you actually will have to use IT quite a lot in your life if you ever want to work in an office space. Old habits are also a bit of a consistency, self-comfort, that sort of thing, reassuring. Yeah. It's just how I've always played these kind of games. It'd feel awkward to not use a little mouse drag. No. Oh god, it's the... Yeah, get over here and hit this guy first. Oh boy! Oh god. Okay, we were lucky they were all stacked like that, because we might... Oh god, no, don't get close either. Okay, luckily, when they do that devastating melee attack, they kill themselves. They're like a bee. They're exactly like a bee. Oh man. More hoverbots. Oh, they can't see that one. Shot is blocked. Weird that they can't... That's annoying as well, because I think as soon as we go onto the road, they're going to start firing at us. In any case, we need to run across this road and clear out this shack. Yeah, okay, we do need to clear those hoverbots. Let's skip behind this for now. Is there a way up there? No. There must be a way to get onto that level. I don't know what the generator's for either. Oh yeah, we can get up there. There's a ladder there. Okay. Can we get up onto the level to get to the ladder? Here. Oh my god. So we have to go here, along this ledge, all the way back, up this ladder, back this way just to clear out these hoverbots and this guy. And those hoverbots with the rocket launcher will be more than enough to clear out the nuclear warhead. It looks like they were eating some sort of last meal or something up here with the American flag. Well, we're nearly there, which is good. But that's annoying that we'll have to clear the cliffs that way. That's the way back into the bunker, but it's a locked door, so we can't actually go that way. Let's take this ladder. I think we've actually cleared these cliffs already. Let's just check them out. In case there's anyone around here. No. Actually, these cliffs must be cleared because we've already brought the warhead up. Yeah, so there's no point checking them out. The world runs on ancient, dusty software. Yeah, it seems to be the case in a lot of institutions that don't have the privilege of being able to shut down for a few days to upgrade. The world is Warhammer 40k. I mean, got it. Yeah, Warhammer 40k is based on like a lot of old software counteracting with all the new stuff. Windows 95 has also DOS built in, so it could be used to manage systems that are still relying on DOS. Same with Windows 98, it also has DOS in it. Yeah, that's the big thing with Windows XP, wasn't it? It abandoned, well, it had essentially built in DOS box rather than native DOS. It's why if I was ever going to build like a DOS machine to run all the games, I would just go with Windows 98. It's kind of the best of both worlds, you know, you get the most up-to-date operating system, and you still get DOS, but you'll have to, depending on the components, you will have to do some workarounds to get some old DOS games working. I know CPU speeds especially make a few DOS games run a bit weirdly. That's what the turbo button was for, wasn't it? Is it called a turbo button or the boost button? There was a button on old PCs you could press, and people thought it would make your PC faster, but it was the opposite. It actually made the CPU half clock or slower so that you could run all the pieces of software. Oh shit. At some point, oh yeah, about like 15 minutes ago, the timer went off. The timer doesn't make a noise anymore, I swear. It used to make a little ding, but it hasn't made that in ages. Okay, so we're done. Sorry guys. Nothing. This Cheyenne spelt terribly. Alright, yeah, sorry about that. I was meant to be gone 15 minutes ago. It's alright, I've not got a meeting until 3:30, but yeah. glad I noticed. I was just thinking like, oh, I've been streaming for a while. Alright, well thank you everyone. Let's go here. The turbo button was used to slow down the computer? Yeah, it was like the opposite of what it said. I tried to play Conqueror 1086 on a modern machine without tweaking the speed down, and it was ridiculous. Yeah, that's like an Arena. If you play Arena on native DOSBox with no tweaks, it plays super fast. You have to like bring down the speed. GG everyone. Thanks for the stream, no worries. The short stream need more. Well, next episode we'll probably finish it. Next episode I'll stream until we finish. I'll aim for 3 hours, but I think we'll probably finish within that time, hopefully. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming. Fun time. I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.